courage in the face of peril and the willingness to stand up for their beliefs no matter what the cost. Okay, so you don't have to be a sportsman, okay? Now then, I want to introduce you to somebody who I don't think a lot of people know, and it's Kristen Beck, who was Chris Beck.
Yes.
Okay, Chris Beck was a Navy SEAL. He served 20 years, deployed 13 times in Afghanistan, Iraq, Bosnia, etc. He received the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. He transitioned into a woman in 2011. Now, Kristen Beck, an unbelievable hero, life on the line for this country, does not have a publicist, is not connected to any famous family, okay? Just pushed aside, didn't have the money to transform in the way that, what's her name, Caitlyn did, because didn't have the money to do the whole 9 yards to the face. So when you look at her, she's not as pleasant to the eye, some might think, as Caitlyn. However, this is business. ABC are now, for the first time, airing this award show, and it's been leading up for the last 2 weeks that all the Kardashians, all the Jenners are going to be there. It's business, okay, with a powerful publicist, the connections to all the family, the way that they look. Does she deserve it? Yes, she does. But there are others who deserve it too.
I think you know really good point. Yes, she deserves it. Yes, there are others that deserve it. The ESPYs are not the Nobel Peace Prize. It's a TV show that was created by a TV network to get ratings. That's all it ever has been. And, you know, it's like saying, you know, they shouldn't be celebrating TV on the Emmys or this shows. They're all popularity contests, all of them. I do think that there were a lot of other people who deserved it. They've got to pick someone who's going to make a splash. They picked Michael Sam last year. Michael Sam was a huge story in sports last year. There were other athletes that
deserved it. It wasn't on ABC. It was still on cable.
Sure, but I think that it's a business first and it's altruism second. And I want to say that even though Caitlyn just transitioned, when she was Bruce, she was one of the greatest American athletes of all time. And she didn't just get transgendered yesterday. It isn't like Caitlyn woke up a year ago and was like, hey, I want boobs. She's been struggling with her gender identity her whole life. That whole time when we saw her as this muscular, you know, epitome of masculinity, in her head she was like, I'm a woman. So she was showing courage in the face of struggle. And I think that it's important to respect that. And other athletes who are struggling with their gender or their sexual identity now in sports can look at her as an example.
It's still a circus.
It's all a circus. This is a circus.
No, it's still a circus. And I think, listen, we know it took courage. We know it's a hot button issue right now. The thing you guys are talking about is the case with every award show. That's the nature of awards. When one person wins the Academy Award, it's not like they're the only deserving person. Awards are naturally flawed. The thing that I don't agree with is that now Caitlyn Jenner is seen as a hero. There are other heroes.
Well, of course,
that are more deserving of being called a hero.
Why? Because I think that was a really difficult journey, and she was an Olympic athlete. I know they're not always sports figures, but it sounds like traditionally it's generally more goes to sports figures. So to me, she seems like a very fitting candidate. Hopefully one of those other people will get it next year. I don't think it's an exclusive situation.
But you know what's great about this is it's causing great discussion. And that's what really we should be about, is having great discussion where we learn a little bit from each other. Because other people have received this award. The two brothers that did the Black Power salute, Nelson Mandela won it because he used soccer to bring people together because of apartheid. So, I mean, to me, it's up to the nominating committee for who they choose. But I do agree with you, Mrs. O, that this is very sensationalized. Hopefully there'll come a day where this is not the big spectacle that it is, and you're part of society, that you are just a regular part of society, and what you do and how you get nominated is not argued that it's either commercial or that it is courageous. Because Arthur Ashe was a great man. Let's not forget who Arthur Ashe was while we're talking about the award itself.
Well, I think people think that it's a spectacle or that he doesn't deserve it because the Kardashians go after publicity so
Well, he
much.
took a Kardashian with him every time he went. He took someone from his family every time he went on the red carpet because he probably only got a +1. I went to the ESPYs and if you really want to chase some athletes, active and retired, the ESPYs is the place to go, for real. You gotta chase the ESPYs.
I totally hear your point. I think the war hero that you mentioned probably deserved more recognition than she has gotten.
Yes.
And back in 2011, I think, like,